Recording the sound of an electric guitar coming through an amplifier is very common, but sculpting great tone from a guitar and amp, though, is no easy task and a deep science all onto itself. One where not only is the make and model of the instrument and amplifier crucial, but one where the microphone choice and placement also have a profound impact on the resulting frequency span and shape of the sound. A less common or traditional alternative to recording electric guitars is to also capture the raw sound from the instrument using a DI box. With electric basses, we typically record a clean DI and complement it with the sound of the amp. But with electric guitars, we can think of it just the opposite. Record the intended sound from the amp and have the DI as the safety backup. If the sound from the amp is by chance underwhelming, we can always use the raw sound from the DI and run it through an amp modeling plugin or even reamp it as a way to complement or altogether replace the not-so-great amp sounds. Another great reason to simultaneously record a raw DI track along with your amp is to help you with rhythmic editing. In genres where the guitar tones might be very complex, like metal or pop, this can be a great tool and trick used to tighten up the rhythm of any guitar performance. When listening to amp sounds that are either very dense or distorted, it can become very difficult to precisely determine where the guitar player started and stopped each note. Check out this example of a complex, distorted tone coming from an amp. When we listen closely, we feel like the rhythm might not be quite right. If we look closely at the amp waveform, we can't clearly distinguish where the attack of the notes start or where they stop. But if along with the amp sound, we also simultaneously record the raw DI signal straight from the guitar, the player's rhythmic performance becomes visually clear. Let's now mute the amp sound and listen only to the raw DI track and see what the real rhythmic performance is like. Since these signals originate from the same source and were recorded simultaneously, we can group them and together shift the rhythmic performance, using the DI as the more obvious visual guide. And now let's take a listen to the edited version and see how the rhythm feels. Even though the sound of this performance is very complex, the overall rhythm and pocket of the sound feels way better to my ears. I hope these demonstrations help spark great sonic ideas for your future guitar recordings. As always, be bold, adventurous, and creative as you record, process, and edit your guitar amp and DI sounds.